Welcome back to Nikki's Scrapbooking Adventures. Today is another off-the-page project using our 6x8 pads. I am going to be using this pad from One of a Kind from My Mind's Eye 2020. Not a huge fan of this pad, and I was only keeping it around because I thought I could die cut some stuff. Well, I'm actually going to be making these. Okay, so what this is there are boxes within the box. Okay, so I used the 6x8 pads to get a box that's 3x3 and 1.5 inches tall. And we're going to go through how to make these boxes. So my last box is going to be this one. I'm picking paper that has a subtle pattern on one side and a busy pattern on the other. If you have single-sided cardstock, that would probably be best. You would want the white part of your paper on the inside, because my plan to use these little boxes is to hold embellishments. I can pull out as many boxes as I need for any layout that I choose. But you see what happens is that you can still see the pattern inside. So if I want to be able to tell what's inside my little boxes, I've got to be able to read the pattern. Don't ask me why I have salt and pepper on my desk, but I do. Okay. So I'm going to go through how we make these little boxes. I do want to mention it took me a little bit to figure out how to fold these back together, okay? So if you take a look, you've got one side with a flap down, one side with a flap down. We're going to focus on the side that does not have a flap. We're going to push it in, okay? Push it in until there's a point, and maybe use my finger to point that point. And then I can collapse it and fold this over again. So I can get my boxes back in the box. Okay, so I'm going to do it again. So the sides that don't have the flap, I'm going to go ahead and push in and make it make a point, and then fold this over. Now, so we're going to do a little origami. The only thing you need is your paper, your bone folder, and some clear tape. Clear tape is optional, but if you want this flap to stay close to the edge, then you're going to want to go ahead and tape it down. Glue probably would be strong enough, but this is so much easier. And when you look at the boxes, you can't even tell it's there because it's clear. So, just a little thought for you. This box has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then we'll have 10 other boxes in it. And it's dependent upon your cardstock weight and how thick your cardstock is. I experimented with some different sizes. So 6x8 is 3x3 by 1.5. See how that flap stays open? Tape just closes that flap and makes it look nice and neat. And then I also experimented with 8.5 by 11. Now you get a 4x4 box and 2 inches tall. I tried to figure out a way to get this to be shorter, but you can't do it because what happens is your depth is half your length. So your depth is half your length. So there's no way to get this any shorter unless you want to make your box itty bitty. I feel like this is a pretty good size. This is a great size if I've got bigger, bulkier items, but I plan to use my embellishments with this, so I thought this 3x3 size is the appropriate. Plus, I don't feel like I have to dig my hand as much in there because it's a little bit shorter. But you can go ahead and use your 8.5 by 11. Just know that your box is going to be taller and bigger. See that difference? That's a big difference, I think. But anywho, we're going to go back to making this. So bone folder, I'm going to go ahead and fold my paper in half both ways. So starting with the long way, go ahead and use my bone folder, open it up. This is going to be my inside. So I'm going to go ahead and fold it in half and leave it. Now you cannot use 6x6 pads with this because then you don't get this lip. This lip is necessary to hold your box together. Just thought I would put that out there. I tried it with 6x6 first. It does not work. You need not square elements like you normally would with origami type situations. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing to both sides. We're going to open the left-hand side up and make a triangle. So you see this point, we're going to go ahead and press it down and then line this line up and make a triangle. Bone fold it. This bone folding just makes it a little bit easier later on the line. Okay, and then we're going to close that flap. Go ahead and bone fold it again. Why not? Now, just like we did with this one, we collapse the triangle. We're going to open it up and collapse to make a triangle. Making sure that these lines line up. And both fold. Try to make that point nice and sharp. Okay, so we opened it back up. So we were here, open, and then open. Okay, so we've got our piece like this. So we're back at the starting point. We're going to go ahead and fold the edge of my triangle in and bone fold. Okay, we're going to make the flaps. So edge of your triangle in. Okay. So we look like this now. Now we're going to go ahead and fold down. We're going to take that edge and fold it down. Going to crease it to make it look nice and pretty. And then we're going to tape it. Now, at any time you feel like this is too much, pause it, rewind it, you know the drill. Now, we're going to flip it over. Boom. Okay, so we're at this top again. We're going to take the corner and fold it in. We're going to take the corner and fold it in and then bone fold. Make that crease nice and sharp. Take the corner, fold it in, and make the crease nice and sharp. If you're enjoying this video, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It is free to you and it helps out my channel. My goal is to get to 750 subscribers by the end of the year. Next is to fold that edge down, make it nice and pretty. And then tape it. So I'm going to pick this up and show you what it looks like so far, okay? So this side and this side are now the exact same thing. One more time. Look exactly the same with our tape and our edges. Okay, last piece is we're going to go ahead and fold our triangle up. Okay. See how I'm using my bone folder to kind of help break the paper? And I'm going to crease that sucker as best I can to the point where I feel like I'm going to break my bone folder. Then I'm going to flip it and do the same thing, breaking that paper so it is nice and pliable. That is kind of what the bone folder is doing, is it's breaking the fibers in the paper, kind of go back and forth with it. Okay, so we are at this stage now. See how they look the same? We're at this stage. Now, to practice opening this, you're going to open the top. You can move this part down. Open the top and then kind of pop it into place, using my fingers to push this forward. And then go ahead and crease this really, really good. You want that edge to be super creased so that it sits nice and pretty for you. Okay? Now, remember, to get it into this other box, you got to kind of poke it and then push that in so it snaps, and fold it closed. And then we take our triangle and fold it closed and pop it right in there. And that is our off the page project today. Thought I would help you, get some boxes for your scrapbooking elements while they're just sitting on your desk, so you don't lose them and make your desk look crazy bad and messy like I do. Also use these for jewelry holders. You could use them for your glue. You can use them for a whole bunch of different stuff. But because this is a scrapbooking channel, I thought we would focus on things that you can use while you're scrapbooking. If you don't mind, go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe on this video. I will have links to the playlist in the description, and you can also find it at the end of this video if you'd want to see more of these kinds of projects where we're off the scrapbooking page and using scrapbooking paper. So I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time.